Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about how to choose a season's pass. There are a lot of options out there and it's a tough decision. The pass you choose really dictates not only the amount you're going to be on, obviously, but the friends you're going to be hanging with, the après vibe, and if you're going to get that powder day or not. Here's what we think is the best way to judge a good season's pass. The easiest way to think about this is the adventure meter. And on one side of the adventure meter is Epic. Epic has the most brand recognition. It's going to have the most safe and some of the biggest resorts with the best amenities, closest to the airports, or at least the taxi services to get you there. It is the tried and true kind of the hallmark of if you need a safe, awesome, great experience, go Epic. Right next to that is Icon. Now Icon has a lot of the same amenities as Epic does, but they tend to be a little more off the beaten track, and in general, quite frankly, a few more mountains that we actually feel more inspired by and I think are a little more interesting terrain. Next, we have Mountain Collective. Mountain Collective is really designed for people who are going out there and really trying to explore new, interesting resorts that are oftentimes a little bit off the beaten path. And finally, there's the Indy Pass, which is designed for people who really want to explore and open up their horizons to completely different experiences and really get that local vibe. You're definitely not going to be charged 20 bucks a park at an Indy Pass like you will at Epic. And finally, there's your local hill, which quite frankly, totally depends on where you live. And that can really vary anywhere from, maybe you live in Avon and you ski at Vail, to somebody who actually is skiing, Madifer Glen in Vermont. It's a very unique resort. So the first thing you want to think about is what are your goals for this season? Are you going skiing with your family all the time? Are you taking 2 weeks off with some buddies to go on this first ski trip in 10 years? Are you looking to do a bunch of après? Is a party vibe what you're looking for? There's going to be bars or lessons available at any resort you go to, but depending on which side of the spectrum you're on, you're going to have a very different approach. Crowds are another really important factor, right? If you could only ski on the weekends, the Epic passes are going to be more crowded. It's kind of like a Disneyland, right? A lot of people want to go there, and we've all seen the videos of long wait lines at those resorts. The further away you move from Epic and Icon, the less the crowds are going to be, and maybe slower the lifts, but you're not going to have the same number of volume of people on the hill at the other resorts. One thing to keep in mind that's really important is there's actually only 12 weekends a year you can actually go skiing. There's a little bit more than that, but really most people, there's 12 weekends. When you start breaking down the price, it really breaks down to about a $25 difference between the cheapest Epic Pass and the most expensive Icon Pass. So at the end of the day, that's the cost of a round of beers every weekend. Go buy the pass that you think you're gonna use the most. A few other things to not consider: average annual snowfall. If we could predict Mother Nature, we'd all be millionaires. The number of lifts, doesn't matter. Acreage terrain, you couldn't ski it if you tried to. Buddy passes. Quite frankly, it's a small discount and really not useful. I mean, maybe you might use it once or twice, but unless you plan on having like 25 friends visiting the same weekend, you're not gonna save more than a couple bucks. Ultimately, you can't go wrong with any ski pass. If you're outside skiing and having fun, that's awesome. Don't stress too much about it and just make sure you pick the pass that's gonna get you outside with your friends as much as possible. If you have any questions or you need a tiebreaker, hit us up. We're happy to give you our specific advice based on where you live. With that, go have fun skiing. And it still has a lot of the amenities and stuff like that, but generally speaking, amenities as Epic, no, amenities.
You said amenities.
What did I say?
Amenities.
I said amenities. Amenities.